Hey all, and welcome to my vlog! My name is Erin, and this is the fall writing tag. But before I get into this tag, have you seen my book trailer and cover reveal? Oh my god, it's so pretty, and I need you to share in it. So I'm gonna put the link to that in the description below in case you have not yet seen it. Get on that! I was tagged by Kat Sperling Books for this channel, and I will link her video in the description below so you can check it out. Number 1. Crunching Leaves, the perfect sound. What do you like listening to while writing? When I'm writing my first draft, I will usually have a playlist for the book as a whole, if not for each individual chapter. If I have to read it over it all or I'm editing, then I have a very specific instrumental writing playlist because I get extremely distracted by lyrics. For instrumentals, I really recommend you check out 8 Tracks because there are tons of people who have created these perfect and epic writing playlists for pretty much every mood. Number 2. Hot bubbling cider. What's your favorite thing to eat or drink while writing? I drink masala chai or black tea pretty much every day. I also usually have a big container of very diluted apple juice where it's like 90% water, 10% juice because I hate the taste of water and I can't drink straight juice, so I get kind of the best of both worlds mixing them together, and then I don't turn into a prune because I'm dehydrated. I don't actually have a favorite snack while I'm writing, it's just whatever I can grab at the time, but I tend to use my meal times as an actual break from writing, and that's when I usually watch my shows. Number 3. Bonfires, the perfect night. Name your perfect writing conditions or your perfect writing night. I pretty much need to sit at a desk, otherwise I will definitely end up hurting myself with poor posture. I like the idea of working on a soft surface, but it's never comfortable for me for very long, so I just don't. The only thing that would really make it better is a view. Right now, we tend to keep our curtains closed all the time because there are a few of the seniors in our apartment complex that like to stare in windows on the main floor, so that's cool. So yeah, the only thing that I would really want that would make it better is a view, preferably of water, but I'm flexible. Number 4. Pumpkin spiced latte. Something you used to like but now don't. I have so much less tolerance for douchey men in fiction. I think when I was reading a lot of these things when I was younger, the douchey behaviors were romanticized, so it was a lot harder to pick up on them being terrible. But having grown up and reread a lot of the books that I used to love, I'm legitimately horrified by some of the things that were tolerated. Number 5. Halloween. Favorite holiday. Your favorite part of writing a novel. Awkward and adorable character interactions are my absolute favorite to write. I love writing the evolution of the characters' interactions as they kind of start to open up, gain trust with one another, and get closer. If we're talking about the actual writing process, then I tend to prefer editing over writing a first draft, just because then I already have this base there and I can just work on making it shiny. Number 6. Monsters and goblins. What terrifies you most while writing or drafting a novel? I think it's the question that terrifies most writers, is what if people don't like what I've written? What if I fuck it up and it's absolutely terrible? I put so much love and research into my stories, and I just want people to love my characters the way that I do. But I constantly remind myself that there is no piece of writing or any kind of creative work that is universally loved, and that kind of takes the edge off a little bit. Not everyone is going to like my work, but I'm writing for the ones that will. Number 7. Hay rides, a bumpy ride. What do you do to get over writer's block or get inspired? I usually find that research unblocks me. If you find new information that might help you understand something better or prompt new ideas or just give you a different angle to work with. If for some reason I'm completely stuck on a story, I will usually work on a different story or work on something else related to the writing process. Since I'm getting quite close to the release of my next book, I don't have as much time to write as I usually would, and I found that book 2 is giving me a lot more writer's block than book 1. Luckily, there's plenty to get done for the Heart and Soul release, so I never really feel like I'm being unproductive. Number 8. Haunted houses. World building. What are some tips you have on crafting the perfect world? I have so many tips. In fact, I have an entire series on this channel, so if you have not yet checked it out, be sure to do so. There are plenty of videos to get you started. At the most basic, my tip would be to consider the things that impact you in your daily life and be sure that you are incorporating those same facets into your world building. Also remember that you want more story than world building when you're writing. A lot of people get bogged down in the details, and then the story gets really boring because it's 90% world building. You're going to figure out so much more than you will ever include in your actual writing. But it's important for you to know. It'll help you understand your world and make it more realistic. Number 9, pumpkins. It all starts with a pumpkin. Do your story ideas start with characters, plot, setting, or something else? Honestly, this really depends on the story that I'm working on. I have gotten ideas from all of those, and it's just whichever one I'm running with at the time. In the case of my upcoming release, Heart and Soul, it was plot first because I really wanted to write a story about fake dating or marriage of convenience, and it just sort of evolved from there. Number 10, ghost stories. Share a spooky writing prompt. Now, this does not specify that we have to have been the ones to write the spooky writing prompt, and I don't read horror, I don't write horror, I don't watch horror because I'm an absolute baby. So I'm going to cheat and share a link in the description below to all of those little 2-sentence horror stories, and you can get tons of ideas from there. Thank you so much to Kat for tagging me. I'm going to be tagging Tamara Woods. I will link her channel in the description below so you can check out her video when she's done. So that's all I got for you today. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. If you'd like to be notified as soon as I upload, then ring that bell. All my social media links will be in the description below. Both of my books, Olympian Confessions, Hades and Persephone, and Olympian Confessions, Hera, are available now in ebook and paperback. If you would like your manuscript critiqued by me, you can check out my critique service on my website. All the links will be below. If you've enjoyed my content, consider being part of my Patreon family, and I will see you all next week with another video. Bye! You're so cute! This is the perfect tag for you to show up in, because you're a black cat. You're already dressed for Halloween!